Hey guys, it's Rochelle Laughlin from BossUpToRankUp.com, and tonight we're going to talk about the 4 steps to unlimited prospects. These are actually steps that I have used to build my business, and I continue to use them, and if you use them, your business will start growing greatly. I promise you that. Alright, before we get into that though, I want to tell you this quick little story, because when I first got into network marketing, most of you guys know I thought it was the biggest scam ever. I thought it was just like this bullshit way to get people to, buy lots of product and harass their friends and family and yada yada. And then I decided to get into it just to see what it was about, because we were struggling so bad. I was like, well, hell, these people are making money at least. I mean, if I can even make $100, like, I will be great. Because I truly thought, and I kid you not, I truly thought the only people that were successful, like super successful in network marketing, were people that like went into the industry with like giant lists of people and connections all over the place, and they lived in places where people were like seeking out this kind of stuff and all these like weird preconditioned like ideas about what it was actually like. And as my career has advanced, and I've been in the industry for a couple years now, and I've learned that that is all bullshit. It is 100% bullshit, and actually building a list the way I have is actually a skill that you acquire after you've gotten in this industry. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the 4 steps to building the list like I have, and I want you guys to utilize this because I know it will be very helpful for you guys, okay? So, number 1, I want you, and I know this is going to sound super crazy, but I want you to get a pen and piece of paper, and I want you to write down every single person that you know. And I know you're probably thinking, what the hell, Rochelle? I've heard this before. I'm not comfortable with, messaging all my friends and family, blah, blah. I'm not about to tell you to do that, so slow your roll, because we're not doing that. Okay, but I am going to have you reach out to these people. Okay, I'm going to tell you the number 1 thing that you need to be doing is being a human being. Being a human being. And I know you're like, well, how the hell would I anything else? It happens. We get into network marketing, right? Okay? And we get so excited that we forget that there's anything other than network marketing. We forget to be human. We forget to talk to our friends, our family. We forget to do anything other than, talk about what is going on in network marketing. Okay, so what I want you guys to do with this list, I do not want you to pitch these people. I do not want you to harass these people, try to cold message them. I don't want you to do anything. I want you to connect with them and find out about them. Get to know your friends, your family, if it's people you haven't connected with in years. I want you to friend request them, and I want you to, get to find out, find out what's going on. Find out, if they got married, how's their family, are they going on vacation, whatever is going on. Get to know your friends. Be human, be social. It is key to this industry. I promise you this. What you do, the services, the products, the opportunity, etc., will come up organically if it is a good fit for that person. And we'll get into that another day, another time, another video. But listen, write down a list of everybody you know, reach out to them, start communicating, start being human, and we're going to move to step 2. Continue to grow that list. Just because you wrote that list down doesn't mean that's the list that's going to be there forever. And I don't want you to feel like you need to go out and add 200 people a day to your Facebook. And I know some uplines and other companies recommend people do that. They recommend you go out and mass add people. I don't really like to do it that way. I did in the past. I've added a whole bunch of people, and it gets very overwhelming. So what I've been doing, and it's been very, very rewarding actually, is I only add 2, 3, 4 people a day, new people. And it doesn't necessarily mean social media. It could be, a new relationship in real life. Like if I take my kids to the park and I befriend another mom at the park, that's one of my goals today. I befriended one person there. And then I added somebody on Facebook, and I've befriended that person, and I've got to know that person, and I've built those relationships with them, and I find out what's going on in their life and about them. People like to talk about them. I like to hear about them. So that's a good relationship. And then they reciprocate that. They want to know about you. They want to know, what do you do? What's going on with you? Yada, yada. And that is your opportunity not to pitch them, but just kind of explain what you do, who you are, and they'll start watching you. Even if they don't ask you point blank right then and there, they'll silently watch you. Trust me, it happens all the time. Just gotta let it do it organically. Okay? We're gonna go into number 3, and this one, Guys, number 3, stop prejudging people. Stop it, stop it, stop it. And this is why. You're not a freaking mind reader. You're not a mind reader. You have no idea what is going on in somebody's head. You have no idea what somebody prayed about that night. You don't know people's struggles. You don't know people's goals. You don't know people's anything. You don't know. Stop thinking for people. It is virtually impossible for you to look at a person and say, you know what? That person wouldn't be interested in what I have to offer because they're too rich, they're too poor, they're too successful, they live in a small town, they're not into this kind of thing. You don't know. You don't know. Just continue to be their friend. Continue to talk to them, whatever. If it is, great. If it isn't, great. You're still going to be a friend. You're still going to be human. It's still going to happen because you know what? You never know. You never know. They might have a friend of a friend who might be interested later, and that might have been your bridge to that person. So don't prejudge people and say, oh, well, so-and-so wouldn't want to do this because they're successful. And I can tell you this right now, and it's happened in the past. I have signed people that if you looked at their Facebook and then you looked at them in real life, they look like they were the full package. They look like they had their shit together, that they were making money, that they had not a care in the world. In reality, the world was crumbling, they were broke, they were struggling, and they were going to bed at night praying that an opportunity fell in their lap. Fell in their lap and gave them that hand that they needed to pull themselves out of there. And just by talking, we were just having normal, everyday conversations. Hey, how you going? You know, what's going on? How's family? Blah, blah, blah. It comes up, I lost my job, it's been real stressful, blah, blah, blah. And I just organically come out with, hey, I don't know if this is a good fit. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but just want to throw it out there. This is what I do. If it's ever something that ever crossed your mind, just give me a shout, and then I move on. And that it goes up here, and they'll either continue that conversation right then and there, or it will go here, and if they are, we'll follow it up. We'll follow it up. If it's not, it's not. I'm not going to chase them. I will never chase somebody down, hunt them down, beg them to come into this industry, because the reality is not every single person is built for entrepreneurship. Not every person. Some people are employee-minded, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Being an employee is just as important, to make the world go round and all of that good stuff. So, number 4. I want you guys to prospect with purpose, and I know that one sounds pretty silly, but I want you to remember when you're going out there and you're building these relationships with people, I want you to realize you want to be building quality people. You want to be meeting quality people. You don't want to just be a friend collector of a bunch of people that have nothing to offer you in return. And I don't mean just buying your product. If they are generally mean, nasty people, I wouldn't tell you to go out there and befriend them, because that is draining your energy. When you're going out there and you are prospecting with a purpose, you are looking for friends that are people that you would like to be connected to on a regular basis. For example, when I was with my last company, I went to the park. We had a great day, family day. Stephen and I met with, other parents, had kids at the park. It was great. We made some new friends that were local, which is big for us because we naturally are very introverted. We stay home a lot. We don't really do things out there. And I know that sounds crazy because people look at me on Facebook and they're like, oh, she must be very, out there and very, but really we kind of like to keep to ourselves. And I've gotten out there a little bit more over the last couple years and stuff, but for the most part, we're very family oriented. We don't really go and do those kind of things. But anyway, we're at the park, whatever. We get super hungry. We're like, well, what do you want? We wanted to go to the steakhouse. We go to the steakhouse, right? And it's packed. I'm telling you guys, like, super packed, no seats, people standing all the way out the door. But, they have, like, the best food ever. I don't know if you guys have been to Texas Roadhouse, but Texas Roadhouse, killer, right? So we're like, all right, whatever, we're going to wait. We finally get a table. We sit down and we get this waitress. And you can tell this poor girl is stressed to the max, but she still has a smile on her face, and her service was so incredibly good. And she had some jerk-off customers that were behind me, the table behind me, that Personally, I would have told, where to put it, but she was just, yes, sir, etc. She was so sweet. Loved her, right? And I'm looking at this girl, and I was aware of my surroundings, and I was aware that I was out that day prospecting with purpose. And I was like, you know what? This is a girl that I have no idea if this is anything she'd ever be interested in, but she deserves that opportunity. So obviously, I wasn't going to bug her at work. So what I did, I wrote on a napkin when we left. I wrote on a napkin, I wrote her a note, and I said, your service was stellar tonight. I know it was crazy busy. You handled it so well. Here's your tip. Also, here's my Facebook. I actually do some stuff from home. I don't know if you'd be interested, but you can make a little bit more money in a lot less stressful environment. And I would absolutely love to have you over here. Add me as a friend if you're interested. If not, have a wonderful night and continue to be you. That's all I said. Left her a tip, left her a note, moved on with my night. That night, I get a friend request from her. She ends up joining my team. She was one of my biggest producers. Loved her. She had no experience. She was just a college student trying to work her way through paying her tuition. And waiting tables was pretty hard, especially, in a place that's so fast-paced and so busy all the time. She was just stressed to the max, and she ended up retiring herself in less than a full year. I think it was like 9 months in. She fully took herself out of that job and was at home full time, just studying whenever she wanted to, working whenever she wanted to, owning her own time at 19 years old. That was crazy. And I would have missed out on that girl if I wasn't aware of my surroundings and out that day prospecting with purpose, looking for people that I actually want to spend time with, that have the qualities that I would want in my leaders and in my people, and etc. And it's the same thing when you're out prospecting for customers. You're just looking for friends. You're going to be a friend collector. These are people you're going to want to talk to, because people, when you're friends, you talk about your problems, you vent to each other, you explain, and for example, I'll go on. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to a girl here on Facebook. She's lovely. I love her to death. We have, our kids have birthdays close together, and we were talking about how we were planning our children's birthday parties and yada yada, and it came up just how, over the years after having children, we've gained weight, and we didn't really feel comfortable being on the other side of the camera. And how this is the first year in so many years that I'm going to be comfortable being on the other side of the camera, being in the pictures with my son and stuff like that. And that was something that, was a common ground between her and I. And we were just kind of talking about it. Well, the next couple of days, she messages me and she said, hey, I know you've lost a lot of weight on that system you're on. Can I get it too? And so I hooked her up on that system, and she's now doing it with me, and it's exciting. And I know she's going to be successful. And I didn't have to cold message her, and I didn't have to harass her or anything. We're just friends, and she knows what I'm doing, and that's just how we do things over here. So if you're with another company that is telling you that you have to cold message people and harass your friends and your family and etc., that is absolutely false. The ones that are teaching you to cold message and harass your friends and family, the only reason they are teaching you this, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it because that's not how I do things, the only reason they are teaching you to do that is because they are too lazy to teach you how to put in the work and be professional. We do it a little bit different over here. I will always, always, always teach my team and teach leadership and teach you how to be human, and remember that before you were a network marketer, you were a human. These people were following you. These people were your friends. These people were your family. And just because you have joined a company doesn't mean you have to change you. Still be kind. Still be helpful. Still be out there providing a service and being a servant to the people that are around you, because I can promise you this, when you go out there with a purpose to help others, success will come to you. It will come to you. That energy you put out to the world will come back to you. Okay, that's all I have for you guys tonight. If you are brand new to my videos, can you drop new and let me know where you have tuned in from? I have friends all over the world, so I get really excited to see where you guys are coming from. If you caught this live, drop a 1. If you're catching the replay, drop a 2. Of course, my inbox is always, always open. If you guys have any questions, need any help with anything, I don't care what industry you're in, etc., I'm willing to help you. If you want to do what I do for a living, also message me. I would love to help you. No pressure, not one of those people, just straight facts, complete transparency. For me, you always get that. And if you found this helpful, please share this, because you never know who it could help. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.